Hi, my name is Kai. I'm sick. I make videos about my life, and my port is probably broken. Hopefully, we're gonna fix that. So if you have not seen any of my previous videos, go check them out, because otherwise most of this video is not gonna make any sense. But here's the preface. I have a mutation in my CLL1A2 gene, which means I have EDS. It's not one of the subtypes, it's just an unknown type of EDS, which means I have a lot of issues with connective tissue and everything else in my body, which means my GI tract is paralyzed and I have heart issues. So I have a port, quite literally, just for fluids, but I try to run fluids like 3 times a week because I can't drink enough, and my port's broken. So right now I'm kind of struggling. That's what you've missed on Kai's life. Yeah, but we're hopefully gonna fix it. Essentially, every time I use my port, it gives me a really bad reaction. Like I said, check out the last video. I talk all about it. But I have just gotten a referral from my primary to my, I almost said cardiologist, my vascular surgeon. And I called them today. The referral got sent out yesterday. Called them again today. They have not gotten it yet, so I'll call them on Monday. They better have it by then, otherwise I'm gonna lose my sanity because I need my port fixed. So that's where we're at. I will update you when I get that appointment. Hello. So I've been calling my vascular surgeon for like every day for like a month now, because my primary sent the referral and they hadn't gotten it. So I've had my primary send 3 separate referrals. So periodically, like after a week and a half, if they hadn't gotten it, I had them send another referral. And yesterday, I was so very close. Yesterday was Friday, today's Saturday morning. Well, afternoon, I've slept all morning. Yesterday, I was like, okay, if you don't have it, I'm going to go call my primary. We are calling my primary, like we are getting both of you on the phone. We're figuring out why, because my port is broken. It is February, no, it's not. It's March 23rd. So I have not used my port since January 23rd. You're supposed to at least access your port every month and flush it so you don't get blood clots. I haven't done that. So that's exciting. I need my port to get fixed. So I was like, we're gonna figure this out. And I called and I was like really ready to be angry, and they went, oh, we have it. And I was like, oh. So she put me on hold and I was like, okay. And she goes, what were you here for? I was like, I think my port's broken. She put me on hold again. And then she goes, hey, when do you want to be seen? And I was like, as soon as possible, preferably. She goes, Monday? I'm like, sure. She goes, we can do 12:30. I was like, okay. She goes, make sure you have a driver. And I'm like, okay. She goes, make sure you don't eat anything for 6 hours. I was like, okay. And she goes, okay, we'll see you on Monday, 12:30. I was like, okay. I have no idea what's happening. I'm assuming that they might try and just see if it's broken, see what's happening, and then if it is broken or in the wrong place, they'll fix it there or replace it or take it out or whatever they're gonna do. But the fact that I don't know anything is really stressing me out. And the other joy is that more than likely they're gonna have to access it to see what's happening, and if they access it and then I have a reaction and then potentially they're replacing it or something and I'm having a reaction while I'm in surgery, or there's a lot of things. I'm really stressed. Also, I have a lot of things to do for work next week, and I'm like, I can't cancel them necessarily. So I'm just gonna be exhausted next week, which is fine. I'm just stressed. And so I'm gonna spend the weekend cleaning my apartment, getting food, making sure everything is taken care of. And yeah, I luckily have, my neighbor is driving me. Very thankful for her. She's absolutely fantastic. But I have no idea what's gonna happen on Monday. None at all. And that's stressing me out. And it's also stressing me out that I haven't had my port accessed since January. So gracious knows what's inside of my line now. And also, like, if I have a reaction like I've had before and surgery, that's gonna be horrendous. I'm just mostly nervous because I have no clue what's happening. So, but I guess we'll see. I'm gonna go take the weekend to clean and figure out my thoughts. I'm a lot less stressed today than I was yesterday, but I'm still very stressed. So there's that. But I will see you on Monday. And mayhaps this will look very different in the near future. Yay. Hello, my hair is doing crazy things today. I feel ready. I am wearing a button-up sweater so I can take it on and off easily. I have my bra that clasps in the back so it's easy to take on and off so I don't have to lift my arms above my head when I'm getting dressed. Other than that, leggings, good luck socks. I have all of my bags packed. I'm bringing a emergency hospital bag just in case something goes wrong. Not thinking it will, but just in case. And then I have my backpack that has some things to do so I don't get bored. And I'm just gonna try not to have a panic attack. That's the goal. Onwards we go. That's what I was trying to say. I am all checked into the hospital. Robe is on, got a nice view, and this is the last time you're gonna see my chest looking the way it does. Hopefully, at least. Time to go back. I am just running to the bathroom real quick. They're doing a port study. They think it's bacteria, which is what I thought originally, but that's fine, it's fine. And then they are going to probably remove it today, but not replace it. It's fine, that's the plan. They did the port study, and before they even did it, they just decided to pull it because it looks good. So, it is wrapped up, but don't have a port. I'm a little bit upset, actually. I'm gonna cry. Hello. I am home, all wrapped up. There's some blood through here, and if it gets any bigger, I'll figure out what to do, but it's not growing, so I'm thinking I'm just gonna leave it. But I am home. Today has been a day. So when we got there, we went back, got me all ready, talked to the first nurse, told her a little bit about what was happening. She seemed kind of skeptical or like curious as to how that could be happening from a port. And I was like, I don't know, dude. Everybody just said it's my port. Nobody else was willing to do anything. Y'all are the only people I can figure out what to do with. And I have no clue what my hair is doing. Sorry, you're just gonna get weird curls. So yeah, we were chatting, and then she's like, okay, and she left. She's like, let's get you wrapped up in blankets. Here's the TV remote. Just hang out, just chill. She was really sweet. And then sit for a while. Doctor comes in. He's like, all right, so read your chart a little bit. Do the reactions you have, are they delayed or immediate? I was like, they're delayed. He's like, okay, what's probably happening is you have some bacteria in the line, and every time you use it, that bacteria gets into your bloodstream, and it's your body fighting that bacteria. So, which is exactly what I was saying had happened. And every ER doctor was like, no. And urgent care was like, no. And everybody else in my life was like, no, that's not possible. Besides one person on Instagram validated me. Thank you, person. Anyways, so, that's pretty much like, that was his thought. He's like, we're gonna do the port study. Your port is probably gonna be in place. That's my cat, by the way, if you're seeing her in the corner. And I was like, okay. And he's like, if it's in place, worst case scenario with that like bacteria, we probably just want to take it out, do blood cultures of it, do cultures in the line, and then do blood cultures. If the blood cultures are negative, we can call you back, schedule another port placement. If they're positive, then we have to like do antibiotics and blah, 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 and it's a whole nother thing. But if they're negative, then just place another port. But there was no way that they were going to feel comfortable placing a port if they didn't know for sure that I didn't have an infection today. So pretty much the option was leave it and come back to have it removed, remove it today. And I was like, well, remove it today probably, but he just said, we'll make that decision after the port study. Come in, and before we even do the port study, he goes, like the nurse was running over everything, and nurse is like, and port study, and he goes, and probably removal if that's what you think is like best. And none of them had been talking to me. They'd all been talking to each other. I didn't realize I was being addressed for like 15 seconds, and I was like, oh, yeah, I think so. And he went, all right, cool, we'll take it out then. And I was like, what? Wait, was that what I was agreeing to? I have no clue what's happening. And I wish I had more of a definitive, yes, let's take it out moment. Not because I hadn't made up my mind, because I'd made up my mind, but I wanted that moment just for my own peace of sake. Yeah, and it just didn't happen. And then everything else after that was chaos. I couldn't see anything. Nobody was really telling me anything, which is fine. I'm just very particular They gave me the anesthesia, and in some point between doing the port study and giving me the anesthesia, they had said, your port is perfect. And I was like, it is perfect. It's in the perfect spot, and I love my port. And I was like, I don't want to lose it. And I did, because obviously it was probably infected, but like, I really liked that port. Like, it was a perfect port in the perfect spot, everything. And I was so upset about it. But, you know, and I had that moment of like, it's a perfect port. I kind of like, obviously I want it gone, but I don't want to remove it because I don't want to lose this port. And then the anesthesia hit, and then I just started crying because I don't do well with anesthesia already. And then I was really upset about the port, and I just sat there crying the entire time. And by the time I was like, I don't even know what's going on. Like, what are you all doing? And he's like, well, it's out, and we're just stitching you up. And I was like, oh, okay. I did get to keep it, though. I got to keep it, and they pretty much went, okay, here's your order for blood cultures. You can go get them done today. You can wait a little bit. I was like, well, let me get them done today. And then I went, and they took so many vials of blood. I have a photo. And I was just like, what the fuck? And they had to stick me in 2 separate arms, take 2 separate blood draws, which was fine. It was fine. So they used my left arm, and then they used my right arm, which is where they stabbed me already. So I have 2 holes because they accessed the same vein twice in one day. This is why I need my port. Ugh. Anyways, so now I don't have a port, and I'm kind of upset about it. And because my scar had chelated over a lot, they cut just underneath it, so I kind of will technically have 2 scars, but apparently they're right next to each other. We'll see how this one heals, because I got stitches instead this time. And pretty much I can't get the dressing wet for 2 days. I take it off on Wednesday, then I can get it wet, which I'm excited about. There's steri strips underneath, the stitches are dissolvable, so I'm feeling good about it, and hopefully next week I can call and schedule my port placement. Maybe I can get it placed next week, so we'll see. If not next week, the week after. But I will be without a port. So setting up my IV pole was for nothing. Overall, it went well. I was very upset, but it went well. I'm sure I'll check back in again with more thoughts, but my friend is gonna go pick me up and we're gonna go get ice cream. So I'm gonna go enjoy some ice cream. Well, the numbing is still in effect and I don't feel too horrible. The more I think about everything, the angrier I'm getting. And the fact that I had an infection, more than likely. I've had my port infected since November. It's March. I only stopped using it in January. I used it for all of December, all of November, and a good half of January. That was 3 months of me using my port. Well, 1 month fully plus 2 half months. So I'll give it 2 months. 2 months of me using an infected port. And every single time I used it, I just shoved that infection into my bloodstream, made my body fight it. Luckily, it never made it to it never stayed in my bloodstream. It just stayed in the port. But like, the fact that I reached out to an urgent care doctor the first time it happened because I had a gut feeling, and they assured me, I asked them multiple times, and they told me, no, it can't be your port. There's no way you have an infection like that. And then when I asked the ER, they went, no, that's not possible. It's episodic. If you had an infection of your line, you would be going septic, you would be having constant symptoms, and this would be an emergency. When I've asked everybody, when I have talked to everybody, I have been pushed onto somebody else. I have been told that what I am thinking is not possible, and it has to be something else. The ER tried to refer me to rheumatology. What the hell? The fact that nobody knew the warning signs for what this could have looked like. And from when I posted on Instagram initially, I had somebody, the one commenter, who was like, hey, maybe it's this, because I've been through this before. I've had this experience and nobody knew. Like, this is insane. Like, people should be more aware. The ER should be more aware. Infusion centers should have some awareness of this. They work with central lines all the time. Like, that is insane. It just makes me really angry. It's just, and I'm not upset that it happened necessarily. Like, it is what it is. But like, the fact that nobody told me to go to the place I should go, and nobody listened to me, and nobody believed me, and nobody knew. Nobody knew. Like that's what angers me. And the part that really frustrates me is how much time I lost to this. I got sick in the middle of November, and I didn't stop using my port till the end of January. Like, I lost all of that time because I was so unwell. I couldn't even enjoy family holidays. I was so sick. And like I feel like I lost my holidays this year, and since not using my port, like, I have not been feeling great, so I've been trying to just chug along, doing everything I possibly can while feeling horrible. And like, that's just I don't know, like, I've just lost months of my life, it feels like, to a problem that could have been potentially completely solved by the end of November. If not by early December, had somebody just known what was going on, or had any indication and sent me to the right person. Like, if somebody in November had just said, oh, if you think it's your port, go check it out with your vascular surgeon. If somebody had just told me that in November, this would have been such a different situation. And the fact that I have done this so many times, and every single time my immune system fought this off, and I have not gotten a bloodstream infection, and I have not gone septic, and I have not died, is astounding. Like, that is so dangerous. The fact that I am still alive is already baffling, because, oh my god. Anyways, clearly I'm having a lot of, it's been a big emotion day. I'm tired. I am gonna go to bed, and I will see you, I'm sure, later. It is end of day 2. So surgery was yesterday. My friend braided my hair, so thank you so much, Lexi. She's doing all right. A little bit of blood, but hi, Lavender. Yeah, that was her contribution. I'm doing okay. I wish I slept more last night. I did not sleep all that much last night, which is fine. I'm tired, and I've been really nauseous today, which is not like usual for me post anesthesia, but but whatever. So I'm just like, haven't eaten enough, haven't slept enough, so I'm like kind of like hungry and tired, but like can't sleep, can't eat. So that's where I'm at. But anyways, I'm gonna go to bed. Hopefully I will get sleep tonight, but I wanted to update you. And tomorrow the wrapping comes off, and then I think I'll probably end this video and make a part 2 with getting my next port. Yeehaw. Anyways, good night. Hello, it's the end of day 2, and I got my pajamas at 5 p.m. and got in bed, which is unusual for me, but I'm exhausted because I've been doing a lot since surgery. Look away if you don't want to see incision things for the next few seconds, but you can kind of see one of these is coming off already. And you kind of see the cut. I have dissolvable stitches in there. I don't have like a good view of it yet, so I'm sure I'll see it eventually. But for now, I'm going to close this chapter. I'm still waiting on my blood results to come in and to place another port, but this video is already long enough, so I will end it here. I hope you enjoyed. I don't have a fixed port yet, as I hoped I would at the beginning of this video, but the problem is on its way to being fixed, and I at least no longer have a broken port, so I guess the win's a win. I'll take it. But yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. It's 7:30 because I'm tired, and I suppose you better subscribe if you want to see my next video about my next port and to see if I had any bacteria in my blood. And yeah, that's it. Sorry, I'm moving my phone so much. But yeah, that's the update. I hope you enjoyed, and much love. I'll see you in another video. Bye. Say goodbye.